The next day I wake up relatively early and take the short train ride to my parents' village, my village, I should say, and spend some peaceful days with them. I admit that spending time with my cousins, uncles, grandparents, and such is a most welcome break from my troubled mind. But I'm glad to go back to the city and back to my faculty's building. This is where I really belong, with its issues and all. Actually, it's starting to feel too small for me. But if everything works fine, I'll be done with living in town and with the university in just a month. I'm more than ready to go to space, finally. But must everything be so complicated? The Christmas break will last 1 week more yet, so the lab is mostly empty. I meet John and a girl I don't know in one of the labs, but Quim, Zoe and Ren won't come back until the lesson starts again. Well, the silence is more welcoming than gloomy, so it's okay. I can work without distraction this way. Mark arrives house an hour later than me. He greets me with a great smile and shuts himself in his office. I decided a quick visit to Beale's lab is in order. Seeing a friendly face right now would be nice. Hey Beale, I've brought you a cappuccino. I look around with the coffee can in my hand, but Beale's not there. Oh, just great. He had chosen to take the day off today. I open the can and stroll around the lab sipping the coffee. The terrarium catches my eye. Some dragonflies are resting on the surface as if they were watching the peeps from the other side of the glass. Beale's studio will come later. He has to feed his bugs, right? I guess I keep an eye on the corridor to see when Beale appears. It's already dark when I decided to call it a day and go home, but Beale hasn't come. How strange. Hey, Tears, still at work? You should take a break. Enjoy the Christmas holidays. Maybe go on vacation. I'm not uneasy. I know, but I have some calculations I wanted to finish. Okay, I won't stop you. I'll be coming every day too, so it's nice to know I won't be alone in the building with just the janitor. Good afternoon, Tears. See you tomorrow. Yeah, see you tomorrow. I turn my computer off and grab my jacket and backpack. But on second thoughts, maybe I should feed Beale's bug before leaving. I know I wouldn't feel at ease knowing his project would be ruined if his terrarium is not taken care of properly. Hello, little bugs. Are you hungry, The problem is finding out how to feed them. I hope Beale has predicted this situation and had the food at sight. It's really unusual from him skipping lab without saying a word to anyone, although now that I think of it, has he even got the number of any member of the research team apart from Mark's? So perhaps he was feeling unwell and couldn't call anyone. That thought is depressing. I'll then check his numbers with him tomorrow. I search the back area on the one with plastic containers and boxes, and soon I find a square box labeled as food. As expected from Beale, every pot inside the box is also labeled. I opened one. It looks like turtle's food. I approach the terrarium with a grin. There's a piece of paper carefully folded inside the box. Nice. I bet it has further instructions of the box feeding. Ah, it's exactly that. Snake flies and sticky insects and hatch their lives with bracket and the instructions follow on the other side of the paper, but they look different. They are written as a single line and contain the names of some species I need to search my memory bracelet in order to identify. Aphides, caring that they have clean water too, of course. Non-insects like hexapods, like proturians, I don't understand a word. Don't need mushroom powder in culture. Strapsipterans need nothing. Heat the cicadas, nymphs, thought. Make sure they aren't endangered by too many strapsipterans. Oh my god. Parasitizing them. Lace wings, same as snake flies. For lunar month, have sumacs available. Shrugging it off, I follow the instructions. Feed the bugs and make the adjustment in the terrarium temperature and opacity. The next day I checked Beale's lab before sitting at my computer, but it's as empty as the day before. I take care of the terrarium and then try to focus on my own task, but I find it difficult. I'm worried, I won't deny it. The day gives away to the afternoon. I've gone to check Beale's lab now and then, but he hasn't come. Tears, God, you're so focused that didn't even hear me. You're so focused that didn't even hear me open the door, right? Oh, I must admit, I didn't. He chuckles and turns to leave the lab through the main door. Mark, wait, I was wondering, has B contacted you to say if he was sick or something? What? No, he hasn't. Why do you ask? Is he sick? I don't know, but he didn't come yesterday, nor today. I'm taking care of his terrarium, thought, but it's unusual for him to skip a lab time. He places a hand on my shoulder and smiles. Don't worry, he was working too much lately, so no wonder he needs some days off. You're a really good lab mate, Tears, worrying so much about this project. I'm glad we have you here. Did he leave any kind of instruction, thought? We wouldn't want bugs to get sick and die. Oh yes, don't worry, he left a piece of paper with the right amounts of food and with terrarium settings. He looks unsure for a moment, but finally nods. Thank you for that. We'll take my leave. Don't overwork yourself, Tears. No, don't worry. I was going to leave too. Alright, take care. And he walks out the door. The more I think of it, the more strange I find it. Bill hasn't called Mark or the university to notify his illness and asked that someone took care of his project in his sake. I wonder if your owner will come tomorrow. Do you miss him, huh? I finish with the terrarium, wash my hands, and think about what I should do next. Maybe talking with Paul will make me feel more at ease. Oh my god. Maybe oh my god. Maybe we made a vote by going to the cafeteria with Paul and Lila. And we just have to go to Bill to speak with him. Oof. Okay. Oh my god, I hope we don't make the wrong decision there. But I don't know, Paris, I'm worrying too much about nothing. I don't want to wait a couple of days, because now I think that I made a wrong decision some time ago. I want to tell Paul about my concerns, maybe he had an idea, maybe he tells us to go to Beale. Or to find out where Beale is living, to visit him. I don't want to wait a couple of... I got to tell Paul about my concerns. I use my bracelet to call Paul. Even if it's just nonsense, hearing Paul say so will calm down my nerves. Paul, how are you? Fine, wait. Don't tell me you're in the lab. During holidays? He chuckles, seeming very amused. Any problem with that? I don't know, but maybe someone has a little problem. It's not a problem. It's called having a ton of work. If you say so. It's alright though. Did you call me because you want to meet? About time. In fact, I tell him about B's absence yesterday and today. The whole time I'm expecting him to mock me for being a worrywart. But he does nothing of the sort. That doesn't sound like him, according to everything you've told me about him the last months. Stay right there, I'll come. What, now? Here? Yeah, where else? Give me 10 minutes, I'm on my way. I'm shocked. Wow, this looks nothing like your lab. Tears, amazing. Having Paul in B's lab feels strange. He doesn't fit here. He fits in the cafeteria, in the faculty hall, in the gardens, in places kissed by the sunlight. I bet that night we sneaked together inside Mark's office was the first and only time he's been used in the university grounds when the sun has set down. Right? The damn Beale has his own private lab. He studies the contents of the terrarium with his mouth half open and owl. I can't even put a name to most of these bugs. I smile and pass him the instruction list. They are all here. He frowns and takes a piece of paper. One look to the list and the frowns turns deeper. This list is odd. Let me see. Yes, at the thought, it's an acronym. Oh my god, what's the acronym again? Second shelf. Oh my god. An acronym is something... It is a text. When you read the first letters of every sentence, there's another word coming out. So we have here... second shelf. Wow. An acronym? He shows me the paper and the two of us carefully read it again. Can you see? If you take the first letters of each line and read it vertically. Oh, I see it now. How could I be so blind? Reading the first letter only, the list says second shelf. That's why the backside of the instruction looks so different in comparison. Paul flips a piece of paper and reads the other side. Bex is just the name of the species and the amount of type of food they need. Looks pretty normal, yes? Beale hit a message in the list then. My mind is racing. Beale must have known something could happen to him then. He's not ill at home, he's... Where is he now? Calm down, Tears. Don't jump to conclusions. Let's find what's on that second shelf. Yes, you're right. I'm glad you're here, Paul. Really, really glad. He winks at me. That's what friends are for. Anyway, shelf? That should be inside the cabinet, right? He looks around, slightly confused. Now that you mention it, it's not as if this place had many shelves. We open the cabinet that supposed a huge terrarium inside. We can find some folders, small containers of chemicals and lab equipment. Everything is carefully tidied. I can picture Beale choosing the right place for every tiny item and make sure it fits. But what are we looking for exactly? The cabinet is so tidy that I don't dare to search it. Same here. What could Beale be hiding here anyway? Can you see something out of place? I shake my head. Then I kneel down in front of the cabinet and start to put some items aside so I can get a better general view. Oh, there's a memory bracelet here. It must be what you're looking for. I get my feet again and switch the device on. The screen shows a menu with lots of folders in it. We will check the contents better in our computer. Wanna come over? To your apartment, you mean? Yes, I've stayed in this building enough for the day. I'll prepare something for dinner while you copy the folders to your computer. Gosh, what are you, my mom? Sit the fuck down. I'll be the one getting something ready, okay? Paul chuckles, and for a minute my mind goes back to our high school days, to how we were back then so carefree and happy. Are you going to poison me? Let me check what you have in your kitchen first. I sighed with annoyance. Why so little trust? Paul's voice comes from my kitchenette, his head buried deeply in my fridge. Tears, this ham is out of date. You are really trying to poison me? I was going to feed you that. Could you please leave it? It's embarrassing. And what's with this mold? I was too busy with work to think of cleaning my fridge, okay? I grab his form and pull him out of my fridge before he keeps shaming me. The bastard just laughed out loud. It's alright, Tears. You just need some days off. Then he lowers his eyes to my hand on his arm. I still need to go to the lab every day. There's so much work. But I suppose I can only a couple of hours in the morning until the lesson starts again. I have to close the window for a moment. Sorry, it could be loud. Sorry. Paul places his hand on the top of mine, and then I noticed I'm still grabbing him. Oh, sorry. Did I hurt you? No, of course not. Let's make dinner together, and then we can sit in front of the computer more calmly. Ah yes, good idea. Awkward. So I search for some ready-to-eat couscous while Paul insists on making a salad with all the rest of the vegetables still eatable in my fridge. He bins all the spoiled food and even does superficial cleaning of my poor fridge, making me feel guilty. But I must admit it's fun eating together and bickering like this. Really, these last months I've been too focused on my work and my issues. How could I forget how nice it's hanging out with Paul? I mean, with my friends in general. I copy the files from Beale's blacklist to my computer while we dig in. Paul frowns when he sees the contents. I was already expecting them, so I'm not taken by surprise. Tears. Are they all about the Alliance? It seems so. This is all the research Beale has gathered about them. This must have been risky. All this information is top secret, so I don't know how Beale has managed to get his hands on it. But Paul doesn't hear me anymore, too busy opening the folders full of pictures of the aliens. Most of the photos are blurred, taken from too far away and then cut resized, but the few pictures that are good are amazing. So these are the Alliance. Wow. We go through the photos in silence for a while, stopping to study the good ones. The Alliance might look like plants, but there's something about them that tells me they are an intelligent race. Wishful thinking, perhaps. I mean, every owner of a pet claims that their animal can understand their words and that they're intelligent. Since the Alliance don't have proper eyes, it's difficult to tell. Oh, look, there's even a video. I click on it. The plant-like creatures move their stem following the movement of the sun, so far not different from a regular plant. But then they turn and I swear they look at the camera. Paul gasps by my side. They notice the camera and the people recording them. Yes, or at least that's what it seems. In the video, the alien turns toward the next creature and then the two of them look at the camera together. I'm getting goosebumps. The short video finished. Wow, tears, they are real. I mean, I know you told me, but I know seeing them like that makes your alliance feel more real, more alive and intelligent. I agree. We go through the rest of photos in silence. They're reports of all kind, but mostly about the creatures. The tests the scientists have run on them, the exact characteristics of the environment in soil composition, humidity degree, and such. Some of them are the ones Mark showed me, the others are new. That video has made my mind race. I need to calm down and put my thoughts in order. What are you going to do now, Tears? His voice sounds so worried. A part of me regrets having involved Paul in all this. But who am I kidding? I don't think I'll be able to face this mess on my own. I need Paul. I need his support. He's helping me just by being by my side right now, watching all the fires and supporting me in my decisions. I kind of understand Mark now a bit. That takes me by surprise, because one of my lines of thought was going exactly there a moment ago. You do? Yeah, I mean, their lines are alive and probably intelligent. We can't let them die. I can't believe the Conclave decided to hide their existence just because they had already spent some hundred of millions on plans for the new city in Alayar. Protecting life is more important. Yes, so at least it should be. Do you understand why I agreed to help in the first place then? I already did when you explained it to me, Tears. Don't worry about that. It's just that now I've had the chance to see them with my own eyes. You made the right choice. It's not your fault at all if someone is trying to gain personal benefits out of this problem. Can you imagine how people would react if we broadcast all this information online? I considered this an option. That would be a really good idea, except that we still haven't got a solution for the problem. The terraforming plans would die. They would be probably exchanged for a whole different project in order to study the Alliance. And that would be all. Oh, I guess you're right. I think that would be for the best, but I know how you feel about going to Alaya, sorry. And that's the other thing. After seeing the bracelet's contents, I'm almost 100% sure that Mark has kidnapped Beale or at least done something to him. Actually, I think the same. He might have been caught spying on Mark's computer. Maybe Mark has hidden cameras in his office and in the labs. Do you think so? It's a possibility, yes? Well, I'm glad we went home with our loot then. Paul looked suddenly horrified. Do you mean... What if Mark had caught us opening these photos in the lab? Would he send someone to kill us too? Hey, who said something about killing? Do you think Mark has some mercenaries at this service or what? That ex-soldier you told me about could likely be a hired gun. Roy? No way. I sighed and rubbed my eyes exhausted. Look, I'm pretty tired. Do you mind if you think about what we can do and talk tomorrow more calmly? Sure. You look horrible, mate. Turning in early would do wonders to you. I agree 200% with that.